Have you ever had butterflies in your stomach before a big event? Or lost your appetite when feeling stressed? These experiences aren't just metaphors. They reflect a real biological communication system between your gut and your brain, known as the gut-brain axis. For decades, mood was considered purely a brain issue. Depression, anxiety, emotional instability, all thought to originate in neural circuits alone. But modern neuroscience has revealed something more complex. Your gut and your brain are in constant, two-way communication. And the microbes living inside your digestive tract may be influencing how you feel more than you realize. To understand this connection, let's begin with anatomy.
Welcome to SciCuriosID, where curiosity meets science.
The gut-brain axis is a bidirectional communication network linking the central nervous system and the enteric nervous system, sometimes called the second brain. This enteric nervous system contains over 100 million neurons embedded in the walls of your gastrointestinal tract. That's more neurons than in your spinal cord. One of the main highways connecting gut and brain is the vagus nerve. This cranial nerve transmits signals in both directions. About 80% of its fibers actually carry information from the gut up to the brain, not the other way around. That means your digestive system constantly updates your brain about its internal state. But nerves are only part of the story. Inside your gut lives a vast microbial ecosystem, trillions of bacteria collectively known as the gut microbiome. These microbes help digest food, produce vitamins, and regulate immune function. But they also produce neuroactive compounds. In 2015, a landmark study published in Cell demonstrated that certain gut bacteria directly influence the production of serotonin in the gut. Around 90% of the body's serotonin is produced in the gastrointestinal tract. While most of that serotonin does not cross the blood-brain barrier, it plays critical roles in regulating gut motility, immune signaling, and communication pathways that ultimately influence brain function. The microbiome also produces short-chain fatty acids, such as butyrate, which have anti-inflammatory effects and influence blood-brain barrier integrity. These metabolites can modulate neuroinflammation, a factor increasingly associated with mood disorders. Inflammation is key here. Research from Harvard Medical School and studies published in Biological Psychiatry show that chronic low-grade inflammation is linked to depression. Elevated inflammatory cytokines can alter neurotransmitter metabolism and reduce dopamine availability, affecting motivation and reward processing. An imbalanced microbiome, known as dysbiosis, can increase intestinal permeability. Sometimes referred to as leaky gut in popular media, this condition allows inflammatory molecules to enter circulation more easily, potentially influencing brain function. Animal studies offer striking evidence. In experiments led by Professor John Cryan and colleagues, germ-free mice raised without gut bacteria showed exaggerated stress responses and altered anxiety-like behavior. When specific bacterial strains were introduced, stress markers normalized. Human research is more complex, but promising. Some randomized controlled trials suggest that certain probiotic strains, sometimes called Psychobiotics, may modestly reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. However, effects vary depending on strain, dosage, and individual differences. It's important to remain evidence-based. The microbiome does not control your mood. It influences it as part of a multi-layered system involving genetics, environment, sleep, stress exposure, and neural circuitry. The gut is one contributing factor, not a magic switch. Diet plays a significant role in shaping the microbiome. High-fiber diets support microbial diversity. Fermented foods may introduce beneficial bacteria. Ultra-processed diets, high in refined sugars and low in fiber, are associated with reduced microbial diversity and increased inflammatory markers. Sleep and stress matter too. Chronic psychological stress can alter gut motility, microbiota composition, and intestinal permeability. In turn, gut changes can amplify stress signaling, creating a feedback loop. This bidirectional system means mental health and physical health are deeply intertwined. Your brain affects your gut. Your gut affects your brain. The emerging field of psychoneuroimmunology explores these intersections, examining how nervous, immune, and endocrine systems interact. What we're learning is that mood regulation is not confined to the skull. It's a whole-body process. So when people say they have a gut feeling, they may be describing subtle physiological signals traveling through neural and immune pathways, not intuition in a mystical sense, but biology in action. The science is still evolving. We don't yet have personalized microbiome-based treatments for mood disorders. But the evidence increasingly supports one conclusion. Supporting gut health through balanced nutrition, stress regulation, adequate sleep, and medical guidance when necessary may contribute to more stable emotional regulation. Your gut does not replace your brain, but it certainly speaks to it. And the conversation is constant. Now here's a question for you. Do you think your mood changes depending on what you eat? And have you ever noticed a clear link between your digestion and how you feel mentally? Let me know your experience in the comments.
Thanks for watching SciCurious ID. Until next time.